It was one of those picture-perfect brochure foggy mornings on the White River at America's #1 trout fishing resort, Gaston's, as we headed out into the foggy abyss. Our goal was to catch enough rainbow trout to enjoy one of Gaston's famous shore lunches.
This is an eddy water here, and I'm going to want you to cast right off the faster water, and what will happen is the bait will pull from the fast water along the edge. Now the fish will be hanging out right along that edge, you know, where you see where the fast and the calm meet. So when it swings around there, it may bang the, you know, bounce off the rocks a little bit, but when it gets over here, you're going to feel that fish hit it. When he does, set the hook on him, and off we go.
So when our guide Bob Hutchinson pulled out his bag of goodies, I didn't know if it was going to be our appetizer or bait.
And we, I see, are using shrimp?
Yes, sir, shrimp for bait. Cut shrimp, cut up shrimp.
Wow, I mean, that's high class there.
I don't know about high class, but the fish like it. Okay, now when you throw this, like I said, down off that eddy water there, they like it well enough that when they bite it, they're going to hang on to it. So,
all right,
make a good cast, catch us a fish. We have to eat.
Yes, we do. And it didn't take long for us to get our first catch.
It's when he's popping it, you pop him back. And of course, there you go, get him. There you go. See, I told you we could count on him for lunch, maybe. If it's not a small fry, we'll probably let him go.
Now, you may have heard the #1 gospel rule in fishing is you always keep your first fish of the day for good luck. And since we didn't, long story short, it was going to bite us in the butt later due to water level issues. And of course, with every fishing outing, there's always going to be the big one that got away.
That's a better fish.
Yeah.
So see how your rod was a better fish. Oh my. Now see,
the one that got away.
Yeah, you can reel that one in. You're dead water there. I like being out here, of course. The weather's great. Well, not always great, but good enough. It's fun to be outside. There's better fishermen than me by a long stretch. I mean, as far as big fish go. I kind of believe in numbers more than big. I like, big is always good, but people like to come out and catch fish. They don't necessarily like to run around all day long for one bite. They'd rather have 50 bites and catch 25 fish, which I can't say as I blame them. I'm kind of the same way. But it's kind of fun teaching people how to do this. There's a lot of people out there in this world that don't know how to use a spin cast rod and reel. And I think they ought to be able to use one. So teaching people to fish, the weather, being outside, wildlife. At some point today, we'll probably see an eagle or two.
Blue herons out here?
Everywhere, everywhere. There's all kinds of wildlife, deer, groundhogs, beavers, a little bit of everything.
Since its beginnings in 1958, Gaston's has had a long history of legendary river guides.
The Joneses, the Chisholms, the Lackeys, all those guys, when the river first turned into a trout stream, their dads and their grandfathers were the people that were out here fishing as guides. So it's a passed down through the family kind of deal. His brothers fish, you know, now they're starting. I don't know about sons, I don't know where that's gone, but the boat itself, like I said, back in the day, they were made out of wood. Now they're made out of glass. Now they have split live wells. They used to be, you know, all one live well across here. Those old boats were a lot heavier. And I'm glad I never ran one, to be truthful with you.
The John boat, spelled J-O-N, actually had its origins along the old White River on the Missouri side during the early 1900s, long before it was dammed up and Bull Shoals Lake was created. After moving around to 2 or 3 different spots along the river, we finally settled on our honey hole. And in no time at all, we began reeling him in.
Now, I guess I don't have to tell you, it's of vital importance that you land that fish. I'll even get out the net just in case. Hold your rod tip out toward him there. That's not a half bad fish. Of course, as he gets closer, he'll get smaller, but that's all right. Hold your rod up. There you go. Well, he'll eat.
How about another?
No kind of monster, but he'll eat. Just another one.
And how about one more?
Good one or just fish?
You can see him there.
Ooh, I can see him. That's a decent fish. Let me get everything together here. Okay. I got him. He's all right. That'll eat. Now we're getting better. And guess what? Mr. Chuck actually lip hooked him. There you go. That's a pretty one.
Oh, there's still another.
Bring him up. Just lay him up on top. There you go. Not exactly thumper, but panfish, yes.
And one by one, we each finally caught our limit of 5 rainbows apiece, which meant heading to shore, cleaning the fish, and after a little shaky-bakey, plopping them in the frying pan for our shore lunch with all the fixins.
Nice and crispy, just like they ought to be. Oh, man.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. Straight from the river to the fire and into my mouth. Oh, man. That's better than what I thought. That is some kind of good. If you're a rock hound, you may just want to enter the World Championship Quartz Crystal Dig. That's held every October near Mount Ida, the Quartz Crystal Capital of the world.
The Twin Creek Crystal Mine southeast of Mount Ida is one of 2 mines where contestants dig for 2 days. One of the few, I guess, that's been in this ever since it began. Tell us your adventures throughout the years.
Oh, been everything from being chased out of a hole by a small ground rattler the next morning after you've been working and go to get in it, and there he is. And there's actually been bears come up right here behind the tent, and I've had occasion to dig $6,000 or $7,000 worth of crystals in a 3-day dig at this competition.
Wow.
And this is actually, I guess I'm a little prejudiced, this is probably one of the best mines you can dig at. And because these guys want people to get crystals. You know, they like to see people get crystals out of here. I guess that's why you'll see so many people coming to this mine. Mining gets in people's blood and they don't want to quit. You know, I mean, there's people that's been here for 20 years. Myself, this will be 30 for me, and I've been here every single year, and I'm going to retire after this year and let some of these other people win the contest. It's just to pull them right out of the ground is an adventure in itself. It's like getting gold or diamonds, or for some people better than diamonds, you know.
The goal is to find the best point and the best cluster to enter. The score is based on the dollar value of the piece.
I have been in the contest before. This is my third year. From Ouachita, Oklahoma, and I just enjoy coming out here and digging. So this year I brought some friends from the Tulsa Rock and Mineral Society, and I just enjoy it. I love this area, love Mount Ida, love the whole state of Arkansas. So
Wonderful.
it's
wonderful.
neat how you can find, because you never know what you're going to find, and the exciting part is when you find something, you know that you're the first person to see it. You know, you just unearth just a beautiful treasure. So I just love it.
Well, the first time I dug, I come about 12, 15 years ago down to Mount Ida from Minnesota, and loved it. Dug up at Jim Coleman's place up in Jesseville, and had a good time. The wife and I took a vacation and came over to Mount Ida to go digging ourselves, and we ended up moving here, and yeah, we like to dig, and we love to come out to the mines for sure. Yeah.
So what are you working on over here?
Well, this is basically what you've got is the veins running through the rock here. Will open up into a little bit of a pocket. You get this almost peanut buttery clay that's inside of here, and that holds the two sides of the vein. As it opens up, you'll find bigger and bigger quartz inside of there. You can take plates off and stuff. This here is a good example of something that come right off the side of the wall this way. So as you break that open, then you get the quartz that are inside of it there.
Very tedious process.
Yeah, a little backbreaking. This was actually out to about here when I started this morning, so.
I've been out here since crack of dawn.
Any luck?
I've gotten some pretty decent ones.
So what,
So far.
y'all just decided to, is this your first time being in the World Championship Quartz Crystal Dig, or you've been out here before?
We've been out once before, a couple of years ago. And it was, we had to take a year off, but it was, we wanted to come back and do it for the 30th.
So I guess this is something that you all do quite often, is go quartz crystal digging? And
Not very
no.
often. Actually, we were roped into it by my mother-in-law.
Okay.
About 3 years ago was the first time we'd gone on a quartz crystal dig.
Well, I know talking with other folks, it's once it gets in your blood, you just can't quit for most diggers. So you may not feel that way, but
Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely in love with it. It's something that I plan on keep doing.
Up on this hillside is a bunch of old-timer digs, and that's how you find the crystals, is the old holes, and the trees grow in the old holes where the pockets are. So if you get the trees out of the way, it makes it a good dig for the diggers. And if they're happy, I'm happy, and hopefully we'll have a lot of happy people this year, and the dig will go on till next year. And maybe we'll have the 40th annual crystal dig.
So grab your rock hammer and a crowbar or screwdriver and enter the World Championship Quartz Crystal Dig, held the second weekend in October near Mount Ida, the quartz crystal capital of the world. Taking the back roads between Little Rock and Memphis along Highway 70 and exploring all the interesting spots along the way. Yes, forget the interstate and all those 18-wheelers. This is the way to travel, the way travel used to be in America. The old two-lane highway may not be the fastest way to travel, but it sure is the most fun. What you'll discover is a wonderful combination of nature and great mom and pop places to eat, like at Veda's Diner in Carlisle. This former quail farm turned restaurant offers a home-style buffet that'll have you coming back for more. You want homemade rolls? Well, take a look at these beauties. And if you like to get out on the road early, at Veda's offers breakfast as well, starting at 5 a.m. Oh, and desserts? Just look at all of them. Mmm. After Carlisle, you'll come upon Ouachita Wildlife Management Area, where you can leave the pavement for a little while and drive to Webb Lake. Then, after getting back on Highway 70, your next town will be Duvalls Bluff. And you know what's in Duvalls Bluff, don't you? That's right, Craig's Barbecue. It's been around since 1947. So they must know how to do barbecue right if they've been around since 1947. Yes, Craig's prides itself on being one of the best hole-in-the-wall barbecue places around. And so, after you get your fill of barbecue and are looking for some dessert, head on down the road just a piece and turn right on Highway 33, and on your left will be Ms. Lena's Pie Shop. Oh yeah, some of the finest pies in the South right here. Here you'll find Viv Barnhill, daughter of the late Miss Lena, carrying on the pie-making tradition her mother bestowed upon her. And we're not talking about just a handful of different pies. During her Thursday through Saturday business hours, you can have your pick from 16 different pies. Duvalls Bluff, by the way, is situated along the White River and was an important federal outpost on the river during the Civil War. Supplies were taken upriver to the Union garrison in town, where they were then loaded onto rail cars and transported to the Little Rock area. Today, sadly, the downtown section of Duvalls Bluff is a virtual ghost town after mainstream traffic was diverted when Interstate 40 was built. A ways after Duvalls Bluff, you'll come upon Dagmar Wildlife Management Area. Here, cypress tree-filled Roe Bayou will offer you picture-taking opportunities galore. Roe Bayou is also a designated water trail route, so if you happen to have a canoe or a kayak with you, you can really enjoy this pristine area. So if you're not in a great hurry to get there and want to experience all the great little gems in between, this is the way to do it. Two-laning it through the natural state. A nearly 5-star restaurant next to a gas station?
Who would have thunk it? I wouldn't have, but others have told us we got to check this place out. So let's do it.
It's crazy, and more of the people, they're surprised when they get here and they're, you know, a Mexican restaurant next to a gas station. It's, you know, kind of, it's not a good combo. That's the first impression they have. So, but then they try our food and they try to give a good service to them. And we're here almost 10 years. And what we like here, it's that we're not afraid to be open to the customers and try to, you know, give us the best of what we have. Plus, you know, we listen to them and with good foundation on good recipes.
Family recipes,
yes,
right?
Family recipes. Yeah. We have the tamales. We have the mole. We consider in Mexico our premium.
Now that's the salsa.
Yes.
And there's like 20 ingredients?
Yeah. Every state, even every, like in Mexico, my neighbor can do it different than us. Yeah. And they put, it's a main dish. It was kind of gourmet dish there. I mean, you can put it on everything. We usually eat with chicken, but the way we serve it here is kind of sweet, spicy. Some people, they compare it there to barbecue, you know, but we put it to the chicken, but you can put it on anything. And we serve enchiladas, and we call them Mari enchiladas because my mother-in-law recipe, her name is Maria. And it's been working pretty well.
And you've got homemade tortillas.
Tortillas, we got the, like say, the tamales. And we started introducing, like we're gonna say 6 years ago, the ceviche, the shrimp ceviche.
Yeah.
We also have al pastor tacos. They're very, it's very popular street tacos, that's how they call it in Mexico.
Street tacos?
Yes, you can find it in every corner there. They're very popular. And it's the same with the recipes made with most of them. There's my mother-in-law, and we have some recipes from my grandma too. So it's kind of a combo there, interesting. And like I say, we're not afraid to play with flavors, you know. But most of the time we stick with the basic, you know, and give the customer what they want.
Yeah, apparently they love it.
Yes.
Fresh Mex, amigos. Oh yeah, now as far as for myself, I'm going to try the al pastor, the corn tortillas topped off with marinated pork, guajillo pepper, cilantro, onions, and tomatillo sauce on the side. And to view this episode again or any one of our others, visit our website at aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And don't forget to like us on our Facebook fan page. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.